let me tell you about Licking River Outfitters. I have known Robin he's the owner of Licking River Outfitters. Gosh, I don't know, 10, 12 years now. And everything is free for veterans and wounded warriors and kids with disabilities. And you don't even have to have a disability. He'll take any kid. I'm a part of an organization called Whitetails Unlimited, and we've been sponsoring money. So how he works is, him and his wife are retired. And I think they got little part-time jobs now. But they do everything on their own. So when they get a group of, say, kids, youth, to go on a turkey hunt, they'll try to get someone to sponsor the hunt, to pay for this. And most of the time they do. The VFW or Whitetails Unlimited, or, someone local, or just someone that wants to help out. That's how they do everything, by getting donations. We come up with the idea that we'd come out and do an early season, because no one's in town and camp or nothing at his place until youth season is probably middle of October. You get that October lull and everything, so he just waits till into that. And so Richie was on it. Me and Richie discussed it, and it was on his bucket list that he'd always wanted to shoot a velvet buck. So I thought, well, let's go early season Licking River Outfitters and hopefully put Richie on a buck. The man of the hour.
Yeah, right.
The myth, the legend.
The bearded wonder.
The bearded wonder.
Oh, my wife. I love her to death.
What does she do?
She does hair for a living, and I cannot get a haircut or a beard trim to save my life. Morning! But nonetheless, it's not going to stop us.
That's right.
We are about to be southbound for a few days. Going to try to put our heads together and come up with a decent animal. Big old woolly horn buck, hopefully, still in full velvet. Days are of the essence right now, trying to catch one in velvet. But we're going to give it a college effort anyways.
I forgot the tree stands.
And the pole saw.
And the pole saw. So now we got to drive all the way back to my house. It's only 10 minutes away.
On my important list, those were probably top 3.
It just happened to be the 3 pieces I was supposed to bring. Hey, it's COVID.
It's old school. We don't have a lot of intel. We know that there's a bean field they're hitting of an evening. And Troy's going to go back to our old school tactics and put our heads together, hang a set, and make this happen in 4 or 5 days. That's what we're going to do.
Welcome to Kentucky! We got wind! We're not going to be super high, 15, 17 feet. Yeah.
Man, just considering, all things considering.
Which one?
Least amount of cutting, add a new scent with cutting branches.
Which is right here.
Which is right here. It's on the end of the field that we want to be on with the predominant wind.
Yep.
I think we'll be able to climb down out of this, drop into the creek.
Yeah, we could drop that creek out.
And get out of here.
Yeah.
To not blow these deer off these soybeans.
Good idea.
If they're eating in these things, I mean.
We need to figure out where this creek goes so we can follow it in and out. You know what I mean? Was it coming down the road? I think.
100%.
No. We'll have to look.
We don't have. Well,
not a ton of sign.
There's not a lot of deer traffic over here, but that just leads me to believe they're not on this edge because there's no food right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I'm okay with.
But we'll be able to see 92% of this field. Yeah. So.
And now, evening number 1. We got our set put up when we first got in here. And we're just gonna go out and see what happens. I'm not real for sure about Troy's hat. But that's the silly hillbilly Troy for you. are in there like swimwear. This is the first hunt of this year for Troy and I. And we are blessed to be in a tree stand. Hickory nut tree here along this big creek that seems to be rising with water, overlooking this bean field. We've already had deer movement in here. Small buck and a doe at the other end of the field. And had some cloud cover move in, shaded us really nice, and we're just ecstatic. You know how it is. It's like the first day of school, or the first day of the big game. Well, this is the first hunt of the year. And we just are waiting for a worthy candidate to step into this bean field.
What an evening. What an evening. Evening number one. Came down here to Licking River Outfitters, and my boy Robin said that this bean field, the destination bean field, this is where these deer are coming off these hills, coming down into this valley to feed, and he wasn't lying. The only part that maybe we were off on a little bit, I don't even know if you'd say we were off, but they didn't feed at our end of the field like we were expecting them to or hoping. And we're trying not to put in a lot of extra foot traffic down there in that area because there's never anybody down there. So when we go down there, it's, you know, we want to be careful we're not alerting them to something. But I think we got out of the field last night clean. Yep. The deer made it kind of away from us before we were able to get out, and we got down quiet as a church mouse, walked around that north end of the field, and was able to exit the scene. Great observation set last night, but we have to do something different today. Troy and I have collaborated, and we've pondered, and we've discussed, and I firmly believe we're going to do something a little unorthodox. There's an old barn that sits at the other end of the field that we were hunting last night, and it appears that all these deer are walking past this barn. We're just putting eyes to the ground. Last night was our first night here. Saw several deer come into the soybean field, and the majority of the target deer, a couple of them that got our interest, one for sure came out of the far south end of this field. So we're going to move closer to them, hopefully cut the distance down, so if they do what they did last night, we'll be in the position.
Walking in evening 2.
Glad I've got a chair. I was a little concerned that I wasn't going to have a chair. I can't believe it right now, but we are in an old tobacco barn. We're sitting here kind of reflecting on what they used to use this thing for and all the work and sweat put inside of this barn. And now we are utilizing it for chasing big Kentucky whitetail. We've already got a small buck in the field at the other end. got some turkeys out here, and we're just waiting to hopefully intercept what the deer were doing last night. The location of this barn it couldn't have been placed better for what these deer did last night, so hopefully we can make it come together. Right here, second evening in Kentucky. It's hot. Oh, it's hot. Hang with us. We're just going to stay nestled in here. I think we've got about an hour until our spidey senses need to really, really hone in. Troy was able to film him through the barn slats. Pretty cool.
So yesterday we hunt the north end. They come out on the south end. We hunt the south end. Half of them come out on the north end, and the other half come out right in the middle. There's 9 bucks. All 3 of our shooters, and possibly another one, all down about 125 yards that way. And now we're stuck. We might be here for a while. Well, that concludes night 2. We got fooled.
That little devil. Big old coyote just came running, chasing a mature doe out of the woods. She's hauling across the field. He's hungry and not really for sure why Troy's mousing didn't work for him to come over here. Nonetheless, it is 1,000 degrees out here right now, burning up. In the next 25 minutes, 30 minutes, the shade will have casted down here on this valley, and we're hoping it's going to fill up like it has been the last couple nights. There's a lot of deer out here. Can't say we didn't have a good hunt. We just didn't see the right one tonight. We're going to be down to our last day tomorrow. Just hopefully it comes together. We got a great set here. We never got picked off tonight. We had all sorts of action. Coyotes, deer, lots of deer. Just not the right one. Evening number 3 in the books. Better luck tomorrow.
It is our last evening.
and we are walking in early. Well, hey, we're gonna do something there.
That terrible last evening set that everybody dreads. Wrapping up our hunt here in Kentucky. And we've been playing cat and mouse with one of the mature deer that we've been after. And that devil is not cooperating and he's not coming out where we need him to. Pile of deer in here every evening. Some up close personal action Troy and I've had just yesterday. One deer's a borderline that I don't know if I should shoot or not. I gotta see how he makes me feel when he comes in here. And make the decision. We'll see. We're gonna see what we can come up with. We're gonna have our hands full regardless, getting these stands taken down after we're done hunting and getting all this stuff packed up. But we got about another 30 minutes before the sun's behind the trees. Hopefully get some deer movement. This is the last day of the hunt. Troy and I have contemplated and contemplated. That was our number 2 deer this whole week. I have never been on a velvet buck hunt in Kentucky. And I just put an arrow, a perfectly placed arrow, into my first Kentucky velvet whitetail, baby. I told Troy, I said, if that deer's still in velvet today, because right now anything can happen. These deer are coming in and out of velvet. And he stepped into the field this evening, he was still full velvet. So I told Troy, I said, I think it's game time.
I'm going to point out, I got to, Rich, I got to. Earlier today, he's looking at a picture. Deer was out here at noon. He's like, up, he's out of velvet. I'm looking, I'm like, what the hell? You can't tell he's out of velvet. He's 60 feet from the camera. He's like, I'm telling you, he's out of velvet. I'm like, whatever. He shows up. Richie seen before I did. He said, the Velvet 8 is in the woods. I wanted to just laugh, but I kept my composure, let it go. But I was right again.
We got one. All right, thank you guys. We're about to start getting on the blood trail right now. Okay, I just wanted to call and let you guys know. Did you? That is great.
Smoke City, baby.
Smoke City, baby.
You're not excited as I thought you were going to be.
What do you mean?
I didn't see the reaction.
Oh, okay. Well, we got it.
Film.
We got it all on video. But I love you guys. We're gonna get on this thing. All right, love you guys.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye. That's what it's about right there. Now it's my little girl.
He's excited.
All right, let's do this, bud.
Velvet.
Oh, velvet whitetail.
That's what we was after, baby.
Right there. I have never put my hands around one. That is too cool. Oh. He didn't go maybe 100 yards. We heard him crash over here, and just ecstatic. Look at tall frame on him. Not super wide, but man, Robin's got it going on down here at Licking River Outfitters, and just the mission he's doing down here is spectacular. The men and women and the kids that he provides opportunities for is pretty eye-watering. When you look at his whole operation, from a big view, he's just got a heart the size of the United States, and just loves doing what he does. And we were very fortunate to be asked to come down to his beautiful farm here and chase these gorgeous whitetail. And I can't thank him enough. And check them out though, Licking River Outfitters. They got a great operation going on down here.